let's hop back in here and see what we can find out on day 33, I guess. Oh, I gotta open my stuff. Damn it. Oh my god. There it is. Okay. So I've seen queen, pawns, and rooks. I still haven't seen knights, bishops, or kings for the chess pieces. The slow roll to the entrance gives you some time. It really is. It really does take a while, doesn't it? Okay. I just grabbed the wrong thing. So we get an allowance of 10 coins now. So what are we looking for? We're looking for a fountain. Or we're looking for a pump room to drain the fountain. We're looking for more chess pieces. I haven't made a trading post in a while. There's also an entrance somewhere in the tomb. We could try that. Why don't we try the trading post just because I want to see this puzzle? Oops, not trophies. Favorites. I've favorited a couple things from Yakuza, apparently. Don't forget to get cursed. Yeah, that's definitely my goal. 6 is the tomb entrance. So there is an entrance in the tomb somewhere. I don't know where it is. I still need to download all these screenshots and put them somewhere. A little too dangerous to pick up. I can't have the dynamite. I want the dynamite. So pushing yellow makes it go up. Pushing blank spaces doesn't seem to do anything. Morning, Salam. Morning, Huberto. Put them on my work computer. Okay, do they all reset it? Like, what haven't I tried here? Oh. There we go. Is that another allowance token? Yeah, nice. Okay. Got it. So what does pink and yellow do? Yellow goes up and pink rotates the colors around it. Blank ones do nothing. I feel like you're trying to tell me I should take note of that. So what did we learn? Okay. Maybe we'll come back out to the trading post at some point. Let me get my coffee a little closer. There we go. Don't want it running off on me. Let's make a parlor. My favorite. I haven't seen a billiard room in forever. The white box is empty. The blue box is false. The empty boxes both have false statements. Okay. Let's say this is true. The white box is empty. If this is true, this is false. I don't know. The empty boxes both have false statements. Let's say this is true. This is false. The blue box is false. The empty boxes both have false statements. If this is true, the empty boxes both have false statements. Then if this is true, then there has to be two false boxes. So these both have to be false. The white box being empty is false, and the blue box would be true, which it can't be. So let's try that. Okay. Hang on. Reset. I need my smart juice. The empty boxes both have false statements, assuming it's true. So these are both false. Which this is a contradiction, so it can't be that. So this has to be false. This has to be false. So one of these is true. One of these is definitely true. I mean, they could both be true. Could they both be true, actually? No. Because if this is true, all right. So if this is false, then the blue box is true, and the white box is empty. We don't know anything. If this is false, then the blue box is true. Wait. No. I think they have to be in the white box. Hey, Gravel P. Deducing juice. This is false. One of these has to be true. If this is true, this is false. And so there has to be something in the white box. If this is false, then the blue box is true, and we don't know anything. So it has to be in the white box. What have I done? The white box is empty. So this is true. Oh, they could have been in black still. What did I do? What did I get wrong? I mean, this has to be false. This has to be false. I didn't mess that up. There's no way that was true. Take the key back. Just take it out, man. 1 tray 6. 1 unsatisfying. You loathe the parlor. I love the parlor. Enjoy the lurk. How did I mess this up? The empty boxes. Okay, forget that. One of these though had to be true. I mean, and they can't both be true. Because that's true. That's false. That's false. That's true. I don't see how this leads. I know that blue's true. Yeah, I know that, but like assuming I don't, right? I have more information than I should have now if I were solving this puzzle. I'm trying to figure out how I should have gotten to the solution. Because the only thing telling us anything, well, the empty boxes both have false statements. Okay, if I include that in there, right? So this was false. Oh, that does tell you something. So, assuming this is true, the blue box is false. This is false. This is true. The blue box is false. So this is false. That's true. So true, false, false. The empty boxes both have false statements. Is a false statement. So, I feel like that if there were two false, I don't know. I don't think that this is enough information. I don't think this is enough information. I'm gonna have to like, or maybe I'll come back to this in like an hour. I'll think about it and I'll be like, oh duh, you were just sleepy. I could get another library. I still don't have a I still do not have a new book to check out, so let's get a courtyard. You think that gems only are in a true box? It's that gems are in a true box, or there are, you know what? That's a good point. Or there are two true statements. They could be in a false box, but I think if the empty boxes have false statements is false, wouldn't that mean the empty boxes have true statements? Not necessarily, because it has the word both adds a lot there. So it could just be one is true. But I think that Cuppa's onto something. Really not gonna give me anything? No shovel? See? I find trunks more often when I don't have a sledgehammer. Okay, where do we still need? I still need this damn word puzzle. I don't know. Small gates. What the fuck? I've got like 3 puzzles that I'm in the middle of. All right, let's go to the billiard room. I haven't been to the billiard room in a while. I just said that earlier, so let's fix that. Hey. Oh, was that 5 coins? I feel like that's rare. 17. Ooh, I haven't seen the bullseye before. What does the bullseye mean? How many squares in the word puzzle have I filled out? All but 1. But the 2 in the top right, I don't think... Or no, the one square in the top right, I still don't have figured out. I have a letter for it, but I'm like 90% sure it's false or it's wrong. There's a square there? What does a square mean? Hang on. Because a bullseye is what? Like 50, 25? You want me to add something? All right, let's just work it out through. I'm gonna brute force this. It has to be more than 4, right? You think you know what it means? Hang on, let me go backwards here. Can I get locked out of this if I try too many times? Let's find out. No, okay. 25 on the outer part, 50 on the inner part. Yeah, but also, you said you didn't have to know the rules of darts. 17. It's not 4. I'm not keeping track of which ones I'm pressing, so this isn't. $16. Is it times 4? That's also 4. 16. Or it's 12 for some reason. Let's assume it's 12. So 16. Square. Oh. $16, so 6. I thought, for some reason, I thought the yellow was multiplication there for a second. Wait, what? Okay, 17. Four squared. Okay, so that's a different order of operations then. Maybe? 1 plus 3, that's also 16. 4. Oh, 6, you idiot. God. What's wrong with me? Key card, that's huge. Key card's always good to see. Now let's draft a security room. I still haven't filled out the whole manor either. Yeah, I should have focused more on the square. Like, I noticed it's like when it's not lit up, it didn't have the square, but I didn't think about it hard enough. I'm feeling exceptionally stupid today. Let's go back this way. I want to try to... There we go. Perfect. Let's crank up the security, baby. Because I don't have... Set security level too high. I don't have any keys, so that's kind of important. Let's check the inventory so I can see upgrade disc and get angry again. Oh, okay. It's the beginning of the math fuckery of the dartboard. How many? Well, I guess I could tell if I got a library, but I'm wondering how many billiard rooms I've seen because I feel like I haven't seen nearly as many billiard rooms as I have. Let's go spare bedroom, as I have parlors. Thank you for the gem, but I would like keys, please. Adjust the rarity of the floor plans in your house. Breaker box isn't going to do anything. I am on a bedroom right now, so let's do bedroom closet. Coin purse is appreciated. I really appreciate the key. And we got a shovel. Look at that. Was there a dig spot in the trading post? I think there was. I'm not going to go all the way back there, though. Nothing of interest. Where was that? The trunk was in the den. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just use up our key. Get more keys. Thank you. Give me a bunk room. Hopefully that gets me something later. Fine, I'll go in. What if there's something in it? There was coins. Ooh, +2. Rolling in dough right now. Not rich in steps, though. I have used a lot of steps already, and we're only on rank, barely on rank 3. Don't want to make more. I don't want to make more dead ends. Good morning, Fire Hellkite. Spaghetti and meatballs. I haven't made spaghetti and meatballs in a while. I could go for some spaghetti and meatballs. We draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. Yeah, let's do it. Earn and spread money. Let's redraw. There we go. That's what we want. Give me the pool. I need a pump room. I'll take the running shoes, too. Happy to have those. So far, this is coming together very neatly. I gotta say. Oh, we just ruined it. I wanted to fill in all the gaps. What's my favorite tool so far? I'm a sucker for the shovel. I'm always happy to see the shovel. Mainly because I hate seeing dig spots that I can't access. I would like a way to earn more. Well, I do have a lot of, I've got a lot of money, though. I've got a lot of money. Let's make a commissary. Metal detector is pretty decent. I'll take a gem. Have I ever had a salt shaker? I feel like I have. Let's take a salt shaker and a metal detector. Oh, it's eating food. Yeah. Okay, I remember now. I'll get another gem, too. I'll get another gem. I'll get 2 more gems. There we go. We got 4 gems now. And rabbit's foot. It's hard. Rabbit's foot is hard to, it's hard to directly see the effects of it. But since people say that it's so good, I should probably actually make it. You are more likely to draw green rooms while drafting. You enter this room, gain 2 steps. Why don't we prep for tomorrow and make a sauna? I haven't made a sauna in a while, but I do want to... I don't know that I've... No, I have made a greenhouse. And I have a shovel. So actually, let's do that. Let's make a greenhouse. Hey, look at that. I didn't need to buy the sledgehammer after all. I have that music sheet screenshotted. I could get into the antechamber. I don't think that I have any reason to get back into the antechamber. Yeah, salt that turnip. Good old salted turnip. My favorite. Oh, wow. There's a lot of gems in here. But I could use this. Well, wait, the only reason that I would want to get back into the antechamber, I think, I want to access, where is it? I want to access the basement through the fountain. Where's the north lever? The north lever is underground north of the reservoir. So that will, I do want to see what's on the north end of the antechamber. North of the reservoir. So it's probably one of those in like the rotating gear somewhere. I wonder if I could have, if it's written on the map, if I could have seen it with the magnifying glass if I had looked closely. Did I roll credits yet? No, I didn't. 9 to north lever. That was on there? Hang on. Ah, yeah, okay. So I was right. Why can't I read today? Get out of the damn pool. It's no time for a dip. I've never been into a Lost and Found. And I don't want to be. I kind of want a boudoir. Because I have a thought. Well, thoughts gone, head empty. Never mind. I was hoping there would be... Oh. No, I have a new thought. Let's go! You knew that one? I know, I had dates and safes together from the word puzzle. And what I was looking for was any picture, because a lot of the bedrooms have pictures of some of the family in there, and I could look at the family tree and get like a birth year or something. I don't know. Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to omit the details of our dear Marian's disappearance from the public record. It is no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible, but I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family name, nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifices she did. But for the love of God, do not, by that same display of weakness, clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forfeited everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid and must be made to see the color of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. To deny her story is to deny her life. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Puh! Needless to say, we will not be coming for Christmas this year. All right. I'm writing in my notes. Hang on. Writing in my notes. Where is... Okay. Oh, that was just the stand for the gem. Okay. Well, we got that one open. Finally. Finally. Looking for a pump room. Looking for a pump room. Give me a pump room. We're more likely to draw unusual and rare rooms while drafting. Well, let's do that. Give me the solarium. I really want spaghetti and meatballs now. Yes, we just made one of these yesterday. Old shoe, not worth picking up. Did you try putting salt on it? Maybe it's delicious. Used to just be called a bedroom until your mom showed up. I feel like you would call it a pump room when your mom's not around, but I get the joke. But it's just a little... Well, I have to go secret passage here because otherwise... Well, no, we can go bedroom. Yeah, let's go bedroom. Okay. Well, secret passage would have been safer, I guess. Sleep mask. Pump room. Shit. Oh, that's okay. You know, I could just make it. No, I couldn't make a chapel. Never mind. I'd have to rotate it. For breast milk. Yeah, that's definitely what we're saying. Thank you. No, thank you. So thanks, Archie. Also, I watched that Z-SNES speedrun that you posted in the Discord. I watched the entire thing, and I listened to the entire thing. Those are indeed some noises. We got a key card. Give me a pump room! Let's go Dovecote. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that. It's so crunchy. I bet there's bird shit in here. Yeah, we're just gonna eat the turnip that was buried in the bird shit room. Let's eat 2 turnips. Why not? Part of any healthy breakfast. 3 turnips? Hell yeah! It's good fertilizer. It's good fertilizer. Can I... Whoops. Whenever you draw a Dovecote while drafting. Whenever you draw a Dovecote while drafting, you may rotate forward. Wait, what? What is this? Open box. Oh, there we go. Dear Mother, if you're reading this, that means Junie made it home safely. I imagine he's going to be quite tired after such a long flight, so make sure you get some treats and rest. School is going well, though I do miss you terribly. Unfortunately, even though the dean gave me permission to keep my birds here on campus, I'm afraid it's getting a bit too cold for them as the semester marches on, so I made the decision to send them all home before the winter months arrive. All that to say, expect some more letters soon. Dotingly, Mary. Dearest Mother, this should be the 5th letter you received from me this month. This is dated 9/28. This is dated 9/1, so there should be 3 other letters somewhere. Though I know statistically it is very unlikely that every single member of my flock has found their way home. And please, please don't tell me if they didn't arrive. It's going to be hard enough now that I am truly on my own. In other news, my classes have been engaging and I am slowly making friends. So please ignore the dramatic despair of my previous letter. Things are indeed looking brighter, but I still maintain that 3 years is too long a time to be away from home. Mary. Herbert, thank you so much for your gift of the wedding doves, whom I, of course, recognized immediately. And yes, I got the hint. So here's your letter. I know it's long, long overdue. The Mayhew life. Is that what that says? Mayhew? Suits me, I think. Not that I didn't love Mount Holly, of course, but after years of being confined in a tiny dormitory, the small place Daniel and I have picked out in Reddington feels more like a stately manor. Once we've finished unpacking and setting everything up, I'll insist on you making an exception to your reclusive lifestyle to come share a meal and admire our somewhat less impressive, but much more personal view of the town. Thanks again for the card. Mary. One of your favorite eras of 80s music is musicians lining up to talk shit at Tipper Gore. We are returning east and should arrive on Tuesday. If coast is not clear, lower the SD? Is that SD? To warn us. I love that there's a whole tale of intrigue involved here, too. And deception and spies and whatnot. Come on, man. Come on. The parental advisory stickers, yeah. She was a nerd. Okay, we can make a reading nook. We can make a reading nook and then a library, and then that'll give us more, a less likely rather, room. Rook in the nook. Treasure map? Where is it? Oh, it's all the way up there? Okay. Okay, we can try to get there. There's nothing new to check out. I already know that. All right, let's look at the, I want to look at the stats up here because I'm curious about something. Curious about how many times I've drafted a billiard room because I think it's like 7 or something. I have like 30 parlors. I've made 1 contraption. The terrace is my most avoided? That's insane. Highest grade 2. I'm so smart. What's up, Sprat Hacks? Thanks for the good luck. Good evening. Frank Zappa predicted the current GOP. I'm sorry, where is the... Does it need to load or something? What's going on? Oh, yeah, it does. That's weird. Yeah, look at that. I've gotten 31 parlors and 11 billiard rooms. This game is taking control of your life. Okay. So we should have less common. Give me a damn pump room. Has one door. I don't know how many of those I have. Let's get a drafting studio. There it is. So I had one. So that would have been a dead end, right? Each time you enter a dormitory after drafting a specific room. A specific room. Okay. While drafting in classroom, you may draw new floor plans one time for each. Okay. Wait. So that means that the classroom would be permanently added. Whenever you enter vestibule, 3 of the doors in this room unlock, and the 4th one becomes locked. Yeah, each time you enter a dormitory after drafting, yeah. I know you have to go back into the room if I didn't read that out loud. I do kind of want the dormitory. I do kind of want a classroom. I like the classrooms. They're fun. Trying to decide between these two right now. I think we take dorm. We already have access to classrooms sometimes, so. Oh, you need the magnifying glass. Shit. You can punch the numbers on that safe, but I need a magnifying glass. Is there a minifying glass? I am not coming across nearly as many security doors as I thought I would. All right, we have to take aquarium. I hope the pump room is free. I don't think it is. Are you serious, man? It kind of hurts. It kind of hurts. There's one thing that I want to do before we call it quits here. Okay, a couple things actually. I lied. Let's go back to security, check the inventory. We've got plenty of steps. I did get more allowance, yeah. Wasn't a total loss. I drafted this room for the first time. Hello. Am I working toward any specific things currently? Well, I really wanted to make a pump room so that I could drain the fountain so that I could enter... Nothing. Okay. So that I could enter the basement from there. Like, that was my main goal on this run, and getting the pool so early made me think it was going to happen, but wait, do the running shoes let you move faster? I think they do. And I did figure out the boudoir, yeah. It's a neutral gem room now, yeah. You're just outside the manor, so you're allowed to run. Key card for a lucky rabbit's foot. Coin purse for 2 ivory die. Shovel for a compass. Running shoes for lucky rabbit's foot. Salt shaker for magnifying glass. Trade. Metal detector for lucky rabbit's foot. Wait, there's more? But wait, there's more. Treasure map. Sleeping mask. Okay, now we go back to the drafting studio, I think. 'Tis unsightly to run whilst in the manor. I'm doing it anyway. I don't know, I feel like I'm still moving faster. Today's date, maybe? Didn't I just give up the running shoes? No, I didn't actually trade them. What did I trade for the magnifying glass? It's not important. So we still don't know. What is this? A blue room? Yeah. Hang on. Drafting studio. Okay. Other safes have you vexed? Yeah, same. Which red letters did I get? 7 and 4? If you don't want to look, in case you don't know where the other ones are, I can just tell you. All right, we got 4. The other one shouldn't be too far away. Oh my god. 7, yeah. Oh, you literally already answered the question. Did I make a sauna? I didn't, did I? No, I made that green room instead. Okay. Am I feeling all right? What do you mean? A bit off kilter? How so? You have me scared now. Reading? I know how to read. I think it's just early.
I gotta figure out how to make money on this thing.
Frankie D.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
It's like a schoolhouse. I can show you how well I can read. Frankie D, thank you for the 19 months. Thank you so much. Good morning, good morning. Coin. But there's usually a... Oh, no, there's an apple in the classroom, usually. I only got my grade 2. I'll get my GED eventually. Man, that really threw me off. Like, I'm feeling, I'm just, you know, I'm going through, and then you just get, you all right, bud? You okay? Yeah, what's going on? I appreciate the concern. I haven't seen a conference room in a while. I don't know why I'd want to, but Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you? Remember, items would be spread throughout the house. They are placed in this room instead. I don't know how. I keep finding I have found deposit box keys. You require medical assistance. I'm thinking of the bear fucker scene in Superbad. You require assistance. Superbad. Super Troopers. Jesus. There is something wrong with me today. North Carolina high school. The general impression of he imparts of U.S. schools is that if you get out of high school with a 6th grade reading level, they'll hire you to sub in English. You know, it was surprising. I went into college. I think my freshman year, I took some kind of like literature class, and there was like rounds, you know, people would take turns reading aloud. We would go through sections of books, and I do remember one person who was incredibly smart, but every time she would read, it was I mean, not taking that long. I don't know. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Like, just surprising. Most of the populace stares at you in horror. Let's go conference room. The blurts of times. It was the blurts of times? Many of your classmates could barely read. I think I was reading... Oh, conference notes and place them in the office safe. I was reading and writing like when I entered kindergarten, I think. It was definitely early because I remember that like, you know, the class would be doing worksheets of like how to write basic letters, and I was already trying to do cursive because I was bored of it. Because there was one other person in the class who had cursive worksheets, and I was like, I want to do that. That looks like more fun. And then the teacher gave up and was like, I'll just give you the cursive ones. You loathe cursive. I wish I were better at writing it, honestly. Let's go for the dormitory because we haven't seen it yet. The only... I rush too much when I write cursive, and I hate that. Oh, drafting strategy volume 2. My type of room. Room subtypes. Drafting rooms. Ducts, ducts, ducts. Shifting gears. Mechanical rooms. Tomorrow rooms. If furnace is drafted within a few ranks of freezer, the temperature will start rising and everything will melt, including your assets. If the temperature gets too high, refreezing will no longer be possible. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. I need to go through and more carefully read these, but I don't want to, like, this is a lot of text for just reading on stream, and I don't want to do that. Puzzle rooms, spread rooms. That's your mom's bedroom, am I right, chat? Grand Architect Luza T. Ryland, huh? Rayland? Hall pass. You will not lose steps traveling between two adjoining hallways. Hallways drafted from an adjoining hallway do not cost gems to draft. This feels like a stupid item. This feels like kind of a pointless one. This looks like a pawn, the base of this lamp. I've noticed that before. I don't know if that's intentional. You can spin the globes. Like, I feel like that should do something eventually. Oh, but see, then there's a pawn there, so it's like, why would they try to hide one if there's already a pawn in the room? All right, see you later, Val. Security. Apple. No, I don't want to change this. I want to change the offline mode. God damn it. There's such a, like, delay as things are loading, and it's annoying. Navigating the computers in this game is a little annoying. Minor gripe, but it's the little things that add up, you know? Hey, if I'm gonna draft this classroom, right? Let's do that. Good old grade 1. I know what grade 1. And then, so when I go into the dormitory, I should get 10 more steps, right? There you go. All right. Look at us. I mean, like, how you'd have to make some very close, because it took, I mean, just this close. Sure, I made 10 steps, but I lost 4 just getting there. If it's 2 more rooms away, it's like, it's already not worth it. But I guess if I built a couple more and then I needed to backtrack anyway. Classroom puzzle, can you find the difference? A 4 exit room and a nursery. Adjust the rarity. I don't have any gems. I used one on security, I guess. And did I use one on dormitory maybe? Or, oh, conference room probably. All right, let's go parlor. I'm not going to mess this one up. I'm not going to mess this one up. I swear. All right, see you later, Cup of Nudes. This is the only true box. The gems are in the other box with a true statement. One of the other boxes is true. Oh, boy. Okay, this is the only thing that says where the gems are. This is the only true box. Let's say this is true. These two are false. Gems are in the other box with a true statement. That's false. Well, I mean, do we assume that it's true because it says other box? I don't know. And this would be false, but then it would also be true. So this must be false. This is the only true box. This is false. So one of these is true. At least one of these is true. If this is false, let's say this is true. Well, it has to be true. One of the other boxes is true. Because if it's false, then they would all be false. And they can't all be false. So this must be true. So this must be true. Are in the other box with a true statement, so they're in here. I can't look. There we go. All right, we're back. We're back. Corridor. There is something in the chapel. There's something about the chapel that I don't know, though. Pantry. Oops. Reading nook. I feel like I'm generally hurting for keys. That is generally one of my more limited resources. Let's go library. Magnifying glass. Magnifying glass is also one of my favorites to have. It's more like it's like the shovel where it's not that I like having it so much, it's that I hate not having it. Okay, let's make a bookshop. But I have to buy that Claire Obscure game now because of the dick physics. I knew as soon as I read the first comment, I might have to buy that Claire Obscure game now. I knew it was going to be about the dick physics. I knew that's what it was. What pushed you over the edge, huh? It does look good. It looks very good. Hey, there's a bishop. There's a bishop in here. Let me write that down. That is in the bookshop. Avoided it so far, but it got too much praise. You need to see it. Yeah, I keep hearing more and more good things. Unfortunately, I did finally just... And this is I didn't realize I had made a dead end, honestly. I'm a little embarrassed. Drafting Strategy Volume 5. Let's get that, though. I did just end my Game Pass membership, and so I like there was finally something I wanted to play, and I'm like, I think I'm done. This proves Square has gaslit us for 20 years by refusing to make turn-based Final Fantasy. At this point, you're so deep into I beg you shut the fuck up that it's souring the game. You downloaded it from Game Pass. You normally don't like RPGs of that nature, but it's good so far. Yeah, I'm not really I'll say again, as someone who's not into the turn-based RPG genre in general. I get that people like it. I've also just determined that it's not really for me. But also, Chrono Trigger is one of the best games that I've ever played. So why did we peak that early and then like so many games after it just bore the shit out of me? I don't know. It's wild that it feels like we've moved backwards since then. One of these years, you'll figure out a way to make me play Final Fantasy X. I'll play Final Fantasy X if you want me to play Final Fantasy X. I'll do it. I'm not saying I'm gonna like it. I've started Final Fantasy X. I kind of do want. I'm kind of in the mood. I'm kind of in the mood to play like a do it now. All right, jeez. You're a story skipper and Claire Obscura made you pay attention. I do kind of want to see the classics of I think I've accepted that I can skip as a serial play the games in release order guy. I think I've determined that I can skip Final Fantasies because but I don't know. People say that like 6 is really good, right? I know that they are their own stories. But still, given that they are, it's not that I think I'm going to miss something in the story. It's that I think that I would. And I mean, it's like I would appreciate the changes less, like the evolution, sort of, like, because it's supposed to, you'd think that they would iterate and make the next ones better. But also the versions that I'm playing are not like the original versions either. So like maybe those are, I don't know. In my head, I should. It's one of those just nagging, like, I think it's part of the completionist mentality that bothers me so much. Anyway, let's call it a day because this runs. It's over. It's a series of series. I've heard 1, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 12 are the good ones. 8 is the one that I bought as a kid. Yeah, I know that like 8 people. I feel like 8 and 9 people argue about those ones. I started 8 a long time ago. I've played 1. I've beaten 1 and 2. I have played all the way to the final dungeon of 3. Got so sick of wandering through the final dungeon for an hour to get to the boss and have him wipe my whole party just to start over at the beginning of the dungeon that I was like, this game is dog shit and I have no desire to finish it. 7 is only good for nostalgia. It actually isn't that amazing. It was the first 3D Final Fantasy that was the pull. I kind of want to play the original Final Fantasy 7 too. Like I kind of want to, I feel like people would want to watch that, right? You have to agree with hating on 7 OG. You like 8, but it's busted and makes no sense. Why is the main character named Squall? What kind of a name is that? All right. See, but if I play 10 on stream, I feel like I would have to play 7 first. I wouldn't want to do it backwards. And then I would kind of want to play 8, and then I feel like I should play 9 because there are people that love 9. And I don't want to be an RPG streamer, damn it. No one loves 9? I could feel Laser Belch just get startled awake from here. He's on the other side of the damn country now. 9 is the best one. I love 9. A disturbance in the force, yeah. Shot out of bed just to ban Yaberto. Do we need a shelter? Do we need a shelter? Let's get special items. Oh, baby, we got a shovel. We got a wrench. I feel it. Is there... Maybe the wrench is only in the tool shed. I feel like I've never seen the wrench anywhere else. Maybe I'll plug in my... I'll charge my Vita and finally play through 4 on the couch. Well, I gotta finish Echoes of Wisdom first. You know what's fun? Finally playing through that. Finally playing Echoes of Wisdom. I've been referring to all of the creatures that Zelda summons as her severed employees. That's basically what they are. Just snapping into existence and taking arrows to the face. Snapping out of existence. Kitchen? No. Bunk room? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't want to use the gem, honestly. Let's just make a bunk room. See, I should have come in here. I was right to come in here. Net gain for steps. Pantry. It's a weird ass TV. Which one? In here? Oh, that one. Apple. Well, see, this is where my I'm not much of a gambler when it comes to like we'll go to Vegas and I will not be nearly as into like the slot machines as my wife is. But then I play a game like this. I mean, this is the place to love to gamble, right? Because there's no money involved. But like this gives me three items. This only gives me 2, but they could be better items. They could be better than those. It's hard to resist. I would like the guaranteed key. So I think we'll take the storeroom. Just kidding! Aha. You didn't see that coming. We got the key anyway and a coin purse. See? Look at that. Could be anything, even a boat. I can't... the FOMO hits me so hard in games like this. Ooh. See, I want the laboratory, but then we need a boiler room. I do want the combo of a laboratory and a boiler room. Which means we'll do this, but we're not going to get the boiler room because we never do. We have the wrench. Do we want to make this commonplace? Do we want to make this... You know what? I do, actually. Yeah, why don't we do that? You have your own coin purse, huh? Okay, let's see what kind of experiments we can run today. Continue with the experiment. Well, drafting, if you draw a drawing room floor plan, each time you eat an apple, immediately... Each time you eat an apple. Well, drafting, if you draw a drawing room floor plan. Spread dirt on the driveway. I don't know, that just seems like a... hang on. What kind of rooms we don't have any hallways. We don't have any hallways. I feel like the best option here is drawing a drawing room floor plan, gaining 1 key. Or the small chest to the entrance hall. But the small chests require, don't they require keys to open? Or are those just, are trunks and small chests different? That's an actual question. You can answer that if you know the answer. And they got like 40 dirts on the driveway. Does a small chest require a key? You think they're the same? I think I want to gain 1 key for every 2 hallways. Needs key. Okay. Let's do drawing room and gain 1 key for every 2 hallways. For every 1 key for every 2 hallways? Whatever. That still seems like the best option. You also had the conference room, so all the dirt went there. Interesting that it works like that. Okay. Still, we're looking for, looking for a boiler room, looking for a pump room. I should have taken the apple one, man. I should have taken the damn apple. I need to start making hallways. The gems are in this box. The gems are in a box next to this box. The gems are in the blue box. Oh boy. Let's assume this is true. Let's assume this is true. In a box next to this box. Then if they're in here, then that's true. And that's also true. So, but if they're in here, that's false. That's also false. That's possible. True, false, false is possible. Let's assume this is false. They're in a box next to this box. Let's say that that's false, and they'd be in here. But then one of these would have to be true. That's not true. And that's not true. Fritz. So this can't be false. This can't be false because then these would both also be false. So this has to be true. So they're in one of these, and one of these has to be false. At least one of these has to be false. And they're both pointing to the blue box, so they're both false. So they're in the black box. GG. God damn it. All right. Well, I made my damn hallway, I guess. All right, Fritz. Time for you to get up, because I'm going to get up and feed you in a minute anyway. Come on, buddy. Ugh. He's been sitting, like, right on the end of my knees for a while, like, close to falling off, and so my legs are, like, tensed up. All right, that's gonna do it for me. I guess that's the end of this run. We will make let's make a kitchen. I never make a kitchen, so let's spend the gem. Is there anything in here that I've never seen before? Mocha pot. Mocha pot. One thing that I hate. I don't hate. Let's not be that negative about it, but it bugs me when people call these espresso makers. It bugs me when people call these espresso makers, and you can't. It's so annoying because it feels so snobby to like correct people. What about espresso makers? You shut your fucking mouth. Like, you can't be like, actually, it's not espresso. But like, you don't want to. It's such a common like mistake on the internet, and you don't want to. I don't want misinformation out there about like espresso. Somebody buying one of these so they're thinking that they can make espresso. You know, so it's like, ugh. Mocha pots are great. They're nice to have. They don't make espresso. Period. There's no debate about it. You cannot make espresso with a mocha pot. So how you feel whenever an East Coast American calls it mozzarella? Oh, the well, that's like Italian English has evolved with like over time, you know, like a lot of vowels were dropped. So that's how capicola became gabagool. Just a natural evolution of the accent, I suppose. I had to look that up too when I started watching The Sopranos. I was like, the fuck is gabagool? Like, I know cured meats. I don't know what the hell gabagool is. But yeah, mocha pot's great. Don't make espresso. You can get a pretty decent, like, inexpensive espresso setup these days too, which is cool. You have to do like, you have to get like manual everything, but it's I think it's a more accessible hobby now than it ever has been. You could probably like grinder and espresso maker, like you for like a $300 budget, you could get manual both. I mean, you could go under that even, but you don't have to spend like $1,000 on a machine. Anyway, you were manual grinding your own coffee for cold brew during COVID. I kind of wanted to get a manual grinder to take to work so that I could grind stuff fresh. But also, it doesn't like the water there doesn't. There's a hot water dispenser with like the coffee maker, you know, and it doesn't get hot enough. And like, I don't want to have to microwave the water every time I want to make coffee. So I just kind of stopped bringing coffee to work. It was too much work, so you gave up. I don't blame you. All right, I gotta get going. This run is a dud. Probably the smallest. Is this like the smallest manor that I've ever made? Well, that one doesn't count. I was cursed and I just kind of gave up. So, wow, 23 was a doozy, wasn't it? I think this was the smallest manor that we've had. I think this was, well, 11 might be 10 and 11 are close. Oh, no, there you go. You got day 8. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's call it a day and call it a day. And I will see you folks later. We'll continue this tomorrow. We will continue Blueprints tomorrow. And Dram World tomorrow afternoon. Thank you folks for hanging out. Have a great rest of your day. Hope to see you again soon.